season for me, it's a new place, a new boat with new department heads.
Best thing to do is feed them alcohol.
I've never hit anything in my career, ever.
Bring me a naked man and bring it to me now.
Challenge accepted.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's the Below Deck Med Edition. I'm your co-host, John, here with my wife and co-captain. It's the one and only Teresa.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
The best thing to do is bring me alcohol.
What?
Were you not listening to the intro?
I always listen to the intro.
That's the best thing to do in any situation, I think. Unless
Bring
you're like
alcohol?
just bring people alcohol. Unless you're at an AA meeting, just bring them alcohol.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, it makes everything better. Even if you're not going to drink it, you bring it. There's just something I think about serving a drink that just says, it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay, Teresa.
I agree with you.
How's it going? You doing all right over there?
Yeah, I'm like drinking this Miller Lite and it tastes weird.
Should I bring you a different alcohol? Or are you going to?
I don't know why it tastes weird. I do like Miller Lite, so this is weird.
Let me take a sip. Let me see.
Yeah, take a sip
Let me take a sip.
of the Millie. Right?
No, it tastes perfect.
I think the can was, there was a little air in the can.
There's air in your can, and you need to go to the bathroom, or else we're going to have a whole different type of podcast. It's perfectly fine. It tastes perfectly fine.
But it's booze, I'll drink it.
It's because you haven't had a Miller Lite in probably 3 weeks.
Yeah, I was drinking the real beer from the Czech Republic.
The beer is so good in the Czech Republic.
That's why I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That's actually probably why you're like, what the fuck is this? Because Staropramen, Bernard, Daleshica, you watch your mouth. It is so good over there. And it's always on tap. When we were going to like your cousin's house, it's just on tap. It's a wonderful world. All right. We are here not to talk about the Czech Republic. We're here to talk about Malta because we're talking about Below Deck Med, Season 7. And we watched episode 1 while we were on a layover in Jersey.
Yes, I just thought of this one joke. We always say in Czech. I can't believe I didn't think of it before. But as I said, we all know about Malta. You know what the word Malta means in Czech?
I know Mali.
No, that's totally different.
Okay.
You will never guess it. Malta basically means cement. What you build your house with.
Okay.
So during the summer when we were in school, a lot of us either took these little jobs, like summer jobs at the vineyard or a bar or constructions for guys, right? Mm-hmm. So when we asked them like, hey guys, what you doing this summer? They're saying like, we're going to Malta. But they meant like they're going to a summer job and build houses.
Got it.
So we all know about Malta. I can't believe I didn't think of it
they're
before.
They're going to lay cement.
Yes.
Well, you don't know about Malta. You know about cement.
What do you mean? We call it Malta. That's what it's called.
Cement.
Yes, but it's called Malta.
I know, but you're saying we all know about Malta, but you don't know about...
I said we all know about Malta, the island.
Why? It's cement you were talking about in Czech.
Yes, but the Czech word is Malta.
I know, but it doesn't mean the island. It means cement.
Yes, but it's a joke. You're saying like, oh, I'm going to Malta.
Oh.
But you're going to work instead of going on vacation.
I thought they were just saying, I'm going to cement. Like, no, that's what you would say. Like, oh, I'm going to go cement. Like, I'm going to go pave.
But we say,
There's no joke there, but you're saying
Malta.
they were making a joke about
it.
Right, okay. Like, I'm going to the throne. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm going to...
Yeah.
Never mind. Anywho, what's up, guys? We are here to talk, like I said, about Below Deck Med. But before we do, a little housekeeping. You got to do it. If you're not following us on Instagram, you should be. At Married to Reality Pod. It's a good time over there. It always is. We kind of took a hiatus on the memes because we were traveling, but I think they should come back.
Well, they'll come back at some point, but I think lately we've been using the platform more as an informational platform where we tell you what's going on.
It's our news service.
News service, exactly. And also our chat service
it's
where we
messenger.
talk to you guys. Our messenger, thank you. But yes, the memes will come back.
So make sure you're following us for the return of the memes and keep messaging us on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. And also, if you haven't heard, we're on Patreon.
Woohoo!
Patreon.com/married to reality. So check that out if you're into Seeking Sister Wife. That's what we're covering over there. We got
Yes.
audio podcasts. We got a video version of that podcast, which is getting rave reviews, Teresa. People love to see us in action.
I love that.
No, I don't know. I'm making that up, but some people like it, I think.
Yeah, I hope so, because it's definitely something new for me to do, like being on a camera. Even though I know it's not for the whole world, it's for a few of our friends.
Oh, yeah, some of our friends.
It's still an adjustment for me.
Yeah, so that's on Patreon. There's also bonus pods. We release one a month of just something random, a random show or random trending topic.
If you are on the family affair.
If you're on the family affair, which is the highest level, I mean, that gets you Seeking Sister Wife video, gets you Seeking Sister Wife audio, gets you the bonus pod. That's the most bang for your buck, I would say, over there. So check it out, patreon.com/married to reality. And make sure you're following us here. Right here where you get everything else. You get 90 Below Deck, Married at First Sight. That all comes to you if you're following the podcast. It's so easy to do. You look down, you smash that follow button.
Guys, smash it like it's as hard as this Japanese party.
It looked pretty
because I
good.
think they did a great
I
job.
thought that was one of my notes is they spent a lot of time. They spent a lot of time decorating. I think it was hours. But they pulled it together.
Yeah, it looked great.
I thought they pulled it together. Yeah. So smash it like it's as hot as that dinner party. And last but not least, if you haven't left a review, please do. All right.
Our favorite segment?
It is time. Because if you heard me on episode 1, home is a terrible name for a boat.
So bad. No one wants to go home on a vacation.
They
What
wanna-
is this, a staycation?
Exactly. And
Exactly.
that's a shout out to Seeking a Sister Wife. But no, let's name this thing something enticing. Somewhere you want to go. Somewhere to escape. Escape would have been a better name for a boat. But that's not how we do it. What we do is we watch the episode and we say, what's going on here? Let's name the boat based off what happened on the episode.
Absolutely.
So we're going to do it right now in a segment we call Boat Name This Segment. Teresa, how many names do you have?
I have 3.
Whoa!
What about you?
3.
What if I said I have 1?
I would have said I had 3, but maybe I would have scaled it down to 2.
Yeah.
Just to, not outshine you too much.
Yeah.
Ladies first, Teresa.
All right.
Ladies first.
My first boat name for this episode is Rock and Roll.
I think I understand it, but if you would like to explain it for our friends, go ahead.
Because they're rocking and almost rolling.
There you go. That's what I thought. Okay, my first boat name because...
But it's also a rock and roll, like, ah!
I got it. Oh, I got it. My first boat name, because we saw a lot of attention given to the dynamic that is Natasha and Dave. Dave is a chef, worked at a restaurant. You love my explanation.
Oh my God, you go so deep. I love it.
The name of the boat,
I love
my
it.
first name, Table for Two. Table
I like
for
it.
Two.
I like it.
Okay, way better than home.
I like it.
All right, that's
Okay,
my first
okay.
name. Teresa, number 2.
Name number 2 is A Hidden Secret.
Whoa!
It's not a hidden gem, it's a hidden secret.
Let me just roll right into my number 2 then, because very
okay,
close.
Okay.
Secrets on the Sea.
Ooh.
Because we're talking about secrets.
And let me
folks.
close it with konnichiwa.
Whoa! Very nice. Nothing to do with my third, but I think my third might be my strongest. Not the most creative, but stolen right out of the show. The Homeless Pirate.
I like it.
The Homeless Pirate. Because
I like it because Storm is the homeless
is
pirate.
the Homeless Pirate.
I
And
like
that's
it.
The Homeless Pirate is just a great boat name. Mm-hmm. Right? Anything
I
with
love it.
pirate, you see that,
Yeah.
you're like, they're not messing around, they mean business. All
That
right.
was good.
I loved it. That was Boat
Loved
Name This
it.
segment. We do it every episode. So if you want to share your boat names with us, please use that Instagram, message us at Married to Reality Pod.
Or
Let us-
you can use it as a review.
or you can, if you have nothing to say and you want
Yeah.
to leave us a review, drop your boat name. Beautiful. All right. Let's talk about this episode. Season 7.
Steven?
Even Stevens. It's episode 2. It's an even number. Even Stevens. Even seasons. Let's go. Let's pick up where we left off. It's the second day of charter, and everything is flying off the shelves faster than a Black Friday sale.
Yes. So the stabilizers are lost.
They're malfunctioning.
Yes.
So the boat is rocking and rolling. To
Exactly, thank you.
The boat is rocking and rolling. Like
rock
the name
and roll
says.
is rocking and rolling, right?
Yes.
Everything is falling.
I love when you use your boat names to refer to when you were like, so Glenn the Man is heading to port. That's from last season, if you guys are new.
Glenn the Man.
Okay, so rock and roll is rock and rolling.
Yes, and everything is falling. Storm is on the tender.
He's got the best seat in the house.
Right?
Everyone's
Right?
freaking out. Everyone is ducking for cover. And Storm is avoiding the storm by just taking a little tour on that tender.
Yes. Oh, it's finally stopped, and it's a freaking mess. It's a mess, and everyone needs to start cleaning, doing something. Everyone but Reagan, because she's sitting down and smoking.
Here's a smoking pun. Reagan is a cancer to this crew.
Ooh, I like it.
Okay, yeah, all she does is smoke and let everyone else pick up the slack.
You know what? I get it. Like when you have a break, you take a cigarette. Cool. I used to love that too, right? But when everything just broke because of the rocking and rolling, everyone's scrambling, everyone's trying to pick up all these broken pieces. You're sitting down, and she was clearly hiding because she was all the way in the front, sitting down behind one of these little things on the boat, right? And you were smoking a cigarette.
And this could be editing, right? This could have been a moment in time that they chose to put here. But you guys know us. We report on what we see.
Yes.
And what we saw was her smoking in the midst of this chaos. And so
Absolutely.
that's what we're reporting on. And we have Chief Officer Ray telling Sandy what really happened. And what happened is the whole boat runs off an air conditioning system. And so if that goes down, if that overheats, everything goes down.
Yes.
And so I guess the air conditioning system, it affected everything. And that's why these stabilizers went out. And that's why we were rocking and rolling.
Exactly. So Captain Sandy actually goes to the guests and she explains to them what happened.
Which is,
guests are like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But luckily, no one's injured.
Yeah.
So she's kind of like walking around the crew and making sure no one got hurt.
Exactly.
Because it was crazy.
Exactly. And we hear from Natasha.
Oh my gosh.
Who tells us this story that a couple years ago, when she was on a boat, it completely tipped over on its side.
Oh my gosh.
She thought people were going to die.
Yes. She thought she's going to die.
It looked like it. They showed us a photo. This boat, it was in port, I guess,
Yeah.
but it was completely 45 degrees on its side. Luckily, I guess I shouldn't say luckily, no one died, but people were injured.
Yes.
So clearly, Natasha dealing with some PTSD from that. I can only imagine after you've been on that and then the boat starts rocking and rolling, you were just bracing yourself for the worst.
True, but in the same time, she says she's the type of a person who just carries on. She
Yeah.
moves on to the next one. Otherwise, she would not be able to do a job. And I get it. Like if you work in an environment that's dangerous,
Yeah.
and not even that. Let's say you get into a minor car accident, right? Nothing too crazy happened, but maybe you banged up your car, or maybe you hit someone, or someone hit you.
Sure.
You need to start driving immediately, or you're not going to.
Exactly.
So you have to move on. Even though I get it, it's tough, but you have to.
You got to prove to yourself, I can do it, and it's unlikely to happen again.
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is just to do that.
Yeah, I think I was in 2 car accidents in my life.
I'm surprised there was only 2,
What
Teresa.
you toss? Stop it. One was my fault,
Okay.
and one I got hit. And for both, I was slightly traumatized. But my au pair mom at the time, she literally was like, the second time they totaled my car, it was basically almost totaled.
Jeez.
That wasn't my fault. I was basically in the middle of this giant car crash that I got hit. Basically, the front was smashed, the back was smashed, right?
Were you hurt?
No, I wasn't. Somehow I wasn't.
Yeah.
But the car was like a can. And I was like, I don't want to drive. She's like, you have to drive. She's like, take my car and drive around the neighborhood. And I'm like, no. And she had this like nice BMW.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not taking your car. She's like, you're taking my car. We're driving to the rental that you basically get a rental if you
Because you have insurance and they got you.
But it was the other person's insurance paying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he goes like, you're driving my car to a rental place, you're gonna rent a car and you're gonna keep driving.
That's good.
And so I did, and I was very traumatized, especially because I got the biggest scar ever. What's that car?
As the rental?
Yes.
They give
This
you a...
fucking Suburban.
Oh my gosh.
And I was
You should have
driving.
felt safe in that though. At least
I was
it's a
driving
tank.
the Suburban for 2 months.
Whoa.
Yes. And I
nice
was like
car.
literally like I didn't even know how I was parking it.
In America, where you're not familiar with the streets, that's got to be a nightmare for you.
Yes,
But
in
good.
New England, especially.
You got
not
back
New
on-
England, New Jersey, tiny streets.
You got back on the saddle.
I did, but
That's
my
good.
point of the story was that
Yeah, what's your point of the story?
That-
No, Natasha got back out
yeah,
there.
and you have to. If you live through something traumatizing, as bad as it is and as traumatizing as it is, you need to get back to your normal life or you will never overcome it.
Right. So that's Natasha. Let's talk about Natasha's counterpart, Dave, Chef Dave, who's been left in quite a bad position after this rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Because all the food he was prepping is basically gone.
Yes, but more like he was telling Captain Sandy, he's like, yeah, like boiling hot water was sliding
Oh,
around.
yeah.
Like if that fell on him, he would
Oh.
be burned.
Yeah,
Like
he
that was so bad. He was trying to hold shit. Like I felt bad for him.
he was in a bad position.
And this is a little bigger kitchen than what Marco's had.
It's a much bigger boat than Parsifal
Mm-hmm,
3. But yeah, Dave was in a tough spot. But at least he gets to bang Natasha later. That's his consolation prize.
That's very true. Hopefully that was the only incident for Konichiwa.
Now we're calling it Konnichiwa?
Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of Dave and Natasha, he overhears Natasha and Jason flirting a little bit.
Ooh, he's not liking this.
And it's funny because, of course, that's what's going to happen. If you're not out and letting people know that you're in a relationship, this can happen. It can happen even if people know you're in relationships and
Yeah.
people don't care. But it's funny because we've seen other people pick up on Natasha and Dave's relationship, Kyle especially.
Yeah.
Jason, we have not seen Jason be like, oh, so are you guys dating?
Because
Or-
I think Jason is there to do the job.
He's there to do the job, but it's funny because he doesn't pick up on it, and now we see him flirting with Natasha.
Yeah.
So maybe he does think that she's fair game.
Well, Natasha said she loves flirting and she's DTF as long as she's single.
Because she's trying to play cool like she is.
Oh my gosh, she is.
single.
Okay, so I think we now watch Marcos and Parsifal 3, and now we're watching Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Both of the chefs are a little more serious than the rest of the crew, I
Yeah.
think. But Marcos was fun. He had his little things that he got annoyed by people. He was the more mature one, right?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
But he had fun with the guys. He had fun with the crew. I don't see Dave having fun with anyone but Natasha.
Well, that's the thing. Let me say two things. He's got a girlfriend on board,
Yeah.
so he's not going to get too crazy. He doesn't need to. He's got his love there. The second point I'll make, this is a more mature crew all around. This seems like an older crew.
Yeah.
There's no Tom on board. There's no Ashley on board. Everyone seems a bit more older and a bit more mature. Kyle,
Perhaps.
who
He's
still-
a queen. He's a queen.
He's a service queen, still a professional though.
Yeah.
As sexual as he'll get, he's still doing his job.
But that's the thing. Like it would have been appropriate if he wasn't reading the room.
Exactly.
He did read the room,
They
and that's why it
wanted
was
that,
okay.
right?
Yes.
They wanted that.
That's why it was okay.
And there's no HR on the open seas, as we learned very quickly when we started watching this show.
It reminded me, well, we'll get there, but when Kyle whipped out that vibrator or
Yeah.
whatever, that reminded me of Michael Scott on The Office.
Would he put his finger through his... There's no HR in the office either. There was another office moment. Did you pick up on it this episode?
Another Office moment. Oh, I did not. This was the only one.
I'll save it. Because
Okay.
we just did one. And
Okay.
yeah, Michael Scott just putting his finger through the fly.
When
so good.
Phyllis got flashed.
He's like, I'm not scared. Maybe I'm scared of getting a boner. So good. All right.
So inappropriate.
So speaking of Kyle the potty starter, he gets some cucumber vodka drinks going. And then we see Natalya. She's busy scrubbing the cabins. We learn she's very passionate about cleaning, which
I love that.
Sounds like someone I know. And
Like who? Like me?
like Teresa. The deckies are dropping some toys in the water. And then we see Storm having some trouble with the float. He just keeps floating out to sea.
But again, like Reagan should have jumped into the water.
Someone should have.
No. And Jason will eventually. But let's say this is how I have to think of Reagan. She has the same position as Gary on.
I think that's, equatable.
So, okay, you are the chief of your group. You're the boss of your group. You should be the one that's gonna fix crisis. If your team member
Subordinates
is fucking floating away, jump into the water. It's okay. You'll change. It's not the end of the world. And that's kind of, I think that's Jason's point, that she just doesn't do shit. So then we see Jason jumping into the water, saving Storm. But she should have done that not because she's the chief.
Lead
she
by
was
example.
Yes, but she was there with him. This has happened with the two of them. Fix it. Don't wait until someone else comes and fixes it.
Don't you?
I was like, fixes it.
Don't you wonder how she got to that position in the first place? We haven't seen anything that would make me go, we should promote her.
No, and I mean, she has the years of experience. She keeps complaining this is too much work on this boat. So I'm going to say maybe she worked on tiny fancy yachts before. Where there is not a lot of work. I don't think, but it's still tiny fancy yachts.
Step up.
Can still get into troubles. And so she should be able to do anything.
And think about this. I like to think I'm a hard worker. You're definitely a hard worker.
Thank you.
Don't you think if there was cameras on you, you would go even more above and beyond? You'd be like, okay,
oh my gosh,
people are watching me. I'm going to bust my ass harder than I've ever busted my ass before.
Like when we do Sister Wife, I sit straight on the couch.
Right, I get dressed.
Because the camera's on me. I brush my hair sometimes.
Once again, I'm back in mesh shorts and a t-shirt because we're not on camera. But yeah, when someone's watching you, you're going to try harder. Reagan's just smoking more cigarettes. People are watching you, Reagan.
Yeah.
Do something. Do your job, right? So the crew, the guests, they end up getting into the water, which is all they want to do. They were having fun. And Captain Sandy goes to talk to Reagan and Jason about the storage area because we know Sandy loves her toys. They're going to be getting some more toys. And they're going to need somewhere to put them.
Yes.
So she talks to them. Natalya, she finishes the cleaning and needs to start prepping for the Japanese-themed evening. And Reagan and Z start talking about tasks, what needs to be accomplished. And here we get a second person, not just Jason.
Yes.
We get Z telling the camera, I don't know what Reagan's style of management actually is. It doesn't seem like there's much direction or structure, but I'm not going to question it because she's the bosun. I don't want to step on anyone's toes.
And I like it. Like, I really like Z. What's his name?
Z.
I'm going to say Z.
So that's how it's spelled?
Yeah.
He goes by Z.
Oh, okay. So Z, I like Z a lot.
Yeah.
I think I love his personality.
And he's a returning decky because Sandy liked his work ethic last time.
But I love positive people also because I'm not always positive. So I love being around positive people. Positive, not too bubbly, not too much. And he's like right on spot.
He's authentic.
Yes, like he's right on spot, like positive, but he's doing the job. He's not too bubbly for my taste. Like, I would be friends with him.
For sure. And so Reagan finally goes to do some work, right? She has to schedule
Finally.
But she has an excuse for why she wasn't able to do it before. And it's that, well, not everyone was here. I didn't know what everyone was capable of. Bullshit. ask to see the CVs.
Yes.
Look at what they're capable of. Talk
Because you
to
don't know what
someone.
you're capable of after one day either.
Exactly. And right, the minute they board, all of a
Yeah.
sudden you look them up and down and go, okay, this is what they're capable. No, look at their CVs. You could have scheduled. It's excuses.
Yes.
I can't. It's a shame that I am upset with the person this early in the season, because I don't think with Sailing Yacht, I was upset from episode 1. From
Well, I think Ashley was a hoe from episode 1, but
I think I still gave her the benefit of the doubt.
the reason why I was like kind of joking about it, or I didn't care that much, it was funny anyway, is because she wasn't the boss, right? It wasn't, anything wasn't on her to decide, right?
It was
Reagan
yeah.
is in the position of a bosun. Was it bosun? Bosun. That bugs me in a way because, dude, you should do your job. Like, you have the power, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to take the lead and you need to do your job. Otherwise, how do you expect your employees to do the job if you don't do it?
Her title should just be because take the boss out of there. There's no
Yeah.
boss in Reagan's bosun. Just So Kyle starts talking with Billy and the other guests, talking about his past relationships and how he just came out last year. And he gets a round of applause.
Yeah.
For that.
And he says like he's super excited. These are his first LGBTQ guests.
Yes.
And he loves it.
And he gets to celebrate an anniversary with them.
Yes, and he sees it as like, yeah, this is something beautiful. Like, this is how I see myself one
Mm-hmm.
day. And I love it because they have this special bond.
They
right?
definitely
And they
do.
love Kyle.
Yeah,
they love Kyle.
Well, Kyle, yeah, he's fun. And
Well, yeah,
there's definitely chemistry
He's
between.
very personable. Like, he's the type of a person that you want to have around as
He is a service queen.
Yeah.
He said it himself.
Oh,
and
I see it,
he
yeah.
totally is. He puts the guests first and wants to make sure they have a great time.
Absolutely.
And that is proven right here when he does the vibrator trick.
Oh my gosh. Let's not forget about his little moment when Cindy is looking at Jason, who's working out. He's working, right? And Cindy's like, God, I love him.
Yes,
Because
she's
he should be the bosun.
fangirling over Jason. We saw it episode 1
But
where
he does, that's the thing. It's not like, oh, Jason's good looking, yes. It's like Jason does all the work. And I think Z does too. And I think
Yeah.
Storm, they hit the ground running, right? But Jason's been there since day one. And basically, he does everything. The only person who helped him before Z and Storm came on board was Sandy.
Sure. And it's kind of a shame that Sandy admires this so much because
Why?
he's just doing his job. But in comparison
True.
to Reagan,
True.
he's a gold star, right?
Yeah.
And he's just doing his job. So everyone should be doing what Jason's doing.
That's true. And I think Z and Storm are doing their jobs again. Like,
Yeah.
I think they're good. So.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get ready for dinner. We'll learn some secrets.
Oh, their dinner, not our dinner.
Not our dinner. We'll do that.
I
We'll do that
wish.
in a little bit.
I'm hungry.
But their dinner.
Yes.
Well, I would have a Japanese themed dinner.
I would
No,
too.
we did that the other night.
Well, also our favorite place is closed on Sundays.
That's not good.
Plus, I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah, spoiler
for
alert,
lunch.
it's Sunday. I'm telling you, this is a weekend of podcasting. We're
It
catching
is
up.
a
We're doing,
weekend of podcasting.
we're doing what we can. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back in a second. And we're back.
Ahoy, Jonathan.
Oh, hi, Teresa.
This is a Czech/pirate. Welcome.
Homeless pirate.
Homeless pirate. Ahoy, ahoy.
Okay, it's my turn to call this ship by my names. Okay, so the crew is on the homeless pirate
Oh, you go for it.
and rock and roll and konnichiwa. They're getting ready for dinner. They're getting into their blacks. Natasha
And the
and
hidden
Dave.
secret.
Natasha and Dave are busy flirting. Kyle with the heavy eye roll watching on. Mm-hmm. Right. And it seems like it took 9 hours to prepare for this dinner, but it is finally time for dinner.
Mm-hmm. They got these balloon arches delivered. Like, is this
Kara
from
would be
Kara?
proud.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Kara would be proud.
But I was like thinking, like, that's something you can make. So
Sure.
that's interesting that they just had it delivered.
Well, think about how long it would take.
That's
There's only
true.
so many people on
You're right,
this
you're right.
to put all the man hours into that
True.
balloon arch. I will say, still too many colored LED lights for my taste. I think it
Yes,
gives it a
but-
little bit of a cheesy vibe.
Yes, but I almost feel like it goes with the boat.
I get, because the boat's a little cheesy.
Yeah, so I think it goes with the overall vibe.
Yeah.
But it looks great.
Right. So far, I know it's only been 2 nights, but this is the best looking night so far. We see Billy, who comes out with a crown on, looking like a kid celebrating his birthday at Burger King. I don't know what he's doing, but sure, he thinks he's the king. So he sits down. Dinner is served. It is quite the sushi spread.
Oh, yeah.
And Billy, finally, luckily, is loving it.
At first, looks like they don't like it. Like, there was this music, like, everyone's like,
Because you're waiting. Every meal on Below Deck, you're waiting for the primary to give his opinion.
oh, yeah.
And Billy loves
Yeah.
it.
Did you see him, Z, chatting with Natasha? Kind of like flirting. We learned that she's from Australia, right?
Oh.
And so,
No.
Natalia.
confusing-
Natalia.
Yeah, but it wasn't Z. I thought it was Storm and Natalya have a thing.
Well, they were flirting, but also Z was chatting with her. And so I'm thinking like, okay, Natalia, are you like vibing both of these guys? Because I would be vibing Z probably. I think
No, you
he's.
take it easy. over there.
But I think she's vibing Storm
Okay, yeah.
a little, yeah.
Well, we saw that at dinner.
Yeah,
a little bit
yeah.
later.
But my point was that we learned that she's from Australia, which we didn't know.
No.
I think we know like Jason's from Indiana.
That's
right?
all I know. Yeah.
And we know-
Reagan, Essex, and Turkey.
Yeah. We know.
Captain Sandy, Florida.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, I said he.
Oh,
last-
yeah.
I said
And we
last
know
week.
that Dave is from Essex as well. He was Bullet
I thought he said Sussex.
or Sussex. Well, England. They're
Yeah.
from England.
Okay.
That's what matters, right?
Okay.
And now we know that Natalya is from Australia.
All right, mate.
Already made. Okay. Okay.
So, dinner, sushi, Kobe beef tataki, Tom Guy, which is a chicken coconut soup I discovered.
So good.
And it's a hit. Dinner is a hit. Mm-hmm. And then we get to dessert. A birthday cake prepared. Dave prepared it. He walked it out. He gets a standing ovation for this cake.
Mm-hmm.
And then it almost lands on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
And
I was like,
and rock and roll
Ugh.
wasn't even rock and rolling. In the boat, the cake almost ended up on the floor.
I first thought he's doing like the joke, like, ooh, it's
No.
falling. No, it almost slid off.
And I know I say it so much, but that's why Below Deck is so good. That's why Seeking a Sister Wife is so good, because these are real, authentic, not made for
True.
TV moments. These are just moments. And I know the cake didn't end up on the floor, and it's almost better that it didn't, because we got the,
Yeah.
but it was recovered.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautiful, authentic, dramatic
Very
reality
true.
TV moment. And I loved it.
Very true. Well, next we see Natalya and Kyle prepping the bedroom for the guys.
Again, no HR in the open seas.
No, but again, making statement again. They read the room.
They read the room. They knew how to plus this evening and deliver a night that the guests would remember.
And also, I love how Natalya and Kyle are having fun with this. Like,
Yes.
I think it's important. Whatever job you do, it's important to have fun at some point.
Especially this job.
Yeah.
Because you're in the service business.
Yes.
You got to come out with a smile on your face. And if it's a real smile and you're having fun, the guests are going to have more
Yes.
fun. And so they're having fun. Right? And Natalya goes, these guests, the typical turn down's not going to do it for them. The typical chocolate on the pillow, not going to do it. So we're doing an eye mask. We're doing a blindfold. We're doing edible underwear.
And condoms.
We're going to do condoms. They read the room. They delivered on it. And that's not just it. They weren't just going to put down a couple items. There was going to be a little show involved.
Yeah, I
right? A
loved
little
it.
dinner and a show.
I loved it.
So the guests finish, walk into their cabin. Natalya has blindfolded Kyle and is tickling him with a feather while doing this like weird, you
I
can't see
know,
me, but
I
like
know.
head twirl. Like I don't know what that was. I don't know
She
if
was trying to be sexy.
I don't know. Yeah, if she thought that was sexy, but it looked like
Like
she
a
had,
fun sexy. I know that she was having fun with it.
it looked like she was a dog with a cone on its head and was trying to lick the wound, but couldn't quite get it. It was wild. This was a wild moment, and you love it.
Oh my gosh, for sure. Then we see Sandy and Storm chatting about docking, right?
Yes.
And Sandy says because of the small space in between the boys, she picked Reagan because she's the bosun and Storm to navigate, to call distances.
Yes.
And she said she likes how Storm took charge the other day. Great, right? I trust Storm. I don't trust Reagan.
No, but I'm glad Sandy recognizes Reagan's the bosun. We need to have her do her job.
Yeah.
If I'm not even going to give her the chance to do her job,
Yeah.
well then shame on me for hiring her
Yeah,
to do the job.
for sure.
So while we all kind of
Oh my gosh.
clench our teeth and go, I don't know if Reagan's going to be able to do it, you have to give her the opportunity.
True.
You have to give her the opportunity to do it. So the guests, they go to bed. Dave and Natasha retreat to their bunk. And
They just hug.
they do. It's like become their nightly routine of just hugging and kind of like rubbing.
But
I think
We
they
learned
know
this
there's
later, but
camera. I think
yeah.
we know there's camera. They
Yeah.
know there's cameras in their bunk. But you were gonna say we learned.
they're dating.
Yes, they're dating. Spoiler alert! You guys watched the
Yeah.
episode, right? They're dating. We all knew they were dating from last episode, but it becomes
We
clear
thought they were dating.
something. We thought there
Yeah.
was something going on. So next morning, everyone's up and at 'em. Sandy calls for the deck crew to prep for the docking, right? This is the moment of truth. They start heading to port. Sandy threads the needle like a boss.
It literally, and just think about it, they have to do this every single time they leave the dock,
Yeah.
the port, and they come back.
Yeah. It really is something else because can you not? I guess they said last season they
They
pulled
had
the
two,
dock. They
they
pulled
had
the buoys.
two little boats. What do you call it? The tenders. They had two
Tenders?
tenders to pull the buoys away, but they don't have it now.
I know, but like, can someone not
At least
do
pull
it?
one buoy away.
And I also wonder how much damage would really be done if they hit. Like these buoys have to be designed to be hit.
Well, I think
Otherwise,
they're
it's a
metal.
terrible design.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's just more of you don't look like a professional if you hit them. But you have to imagine they're designed to be hit because not everyone is Captain Sandy. Not
True.
everyone can thread the needle like that.
Well, I think she's gonna hit them at some point because
She's like, I
they
never
saw.
hit. Yeah.
I know.
So they get to dock. The guests pack up. They disembark. Billy, the primary, I was surprised when he gets off, tells Dave, I've never had better food in my whole life. Weren't you
Good.
weren't you surprised by that?
I was, but I feel like he liked it. He just has his little OCD
He
things
has
that
to put on
yeah,
a little bit
yeah.
of a show.
But in the same time, I think he maybe has like he likes it, but it would be better if you do this, and then he likes it,
Yeah,
right?
right. He needed Dave to work for him.
Yeah.
He liked that Dave put in
Yeah.
the effort, probably didn't put up a stink. So he gives him the compliments. Thanks, everyone. Says the interior is incredible. I mean, I'm looking at you, Kyle. That's
yeah.
I think that's
Oh,
directed
yeah.
towards Kyle. Interior, incredible. Best service he's ever had. He tells the deck crew, you guys felt a little disconnected.
I think he meant Reagan.
Yeah, I think so. But he hands over the tip, says bon voyage, and it's tip meeting time.
Yes. So Sandy gives kudos to everyone. It was the first charter, right?
Yes.
The food was amazing. She gives kudos to David.
Chef's kiss.
The interior is amazing. Kudos.
Incredible.
The deckhands, we have some trainings to do.
The client made it known. We have some work to do. And the next charter, I want it organized.
So what's sad about this is that the person who has the work to do is the bosun.
Yeah. It really
not
is.
like-
It really is something
Like
else.
all the other deckies are great.
Yeah. Great.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. Jason. Great.
Z. Storm.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Storm. Wonderful. The leader is the one
Yes.
who needs to just
I
totally
think she's gonna get
reset.
kicked out. I don't think she's gonna make the whole
I don't see how
season.
she. Right. She doesn't seem like someone who's gonna be like, you know what? Sorry. I was off. Let me get it together. No, she seems like she doesn't have a care in
Yeah.
the world.
No.
She doesn't even realize that she's failing. So how will she be able to make a change?
Yeah. But thanks to the interior group, they got 27,000, aka $2,454 per person.
That
Sweet.
is nice.
Do you know how much they pay for the boat? It's like $100K or more.
It's more than sailing yacht.
Yeah.
It's a bigger boat, and there's more people involved. But I'm not sure of the exact number. Because we always heard 60,000 for sailing yacht, which was a discounted price for being on TV. Yeah. I'm not sure. When I looked up, because I did look up home. I can't even say that name. I looked up home.
You looked up Konnichiwa.
I looked up Konnichiwa, and it's like a fact sheet about it, the number of rooms, guests it can hold, and it said price, and I think it said at least 100, if not like 150 a week.
Okay.
But that could then be discounted for
shooting.
For Bravo.
Yeah.
So who knows? It's more expensive than
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
than sailing yacht. All right. So after the tip meeting, this is where we get the second Office reference.
Okay.
Z hits Storm with the classic, "You smell like up dog.
Oh, you're right.
You smell like up dog. What's up, dog?" Remember that?
Yeah.
So I forget who did it to Michael, but he got caught and he was like, "What's up, dog?" And nothing. "What's up with you?" And then he wants to try to do the joke on everyone else.
Yeah.
But no one's falling for it. He does
I
it 20
remember.
times until he finally does it to Dwight. And he's like, "Dwight, is it me or is this place like up dog?" And Dwight's like, "What's up, dog?" And Michael Scott's like, "Gotcha." He's like, "Crap, nothing." And he blew it because he finally got someone. So two
Nice.
Office references in one episode.
Well, everyone's getting ready to go out, right? We have two caps. One guys and one girls and Kyle.
Yes.
And this is where I kind of picked up on Dave not really wanting to be part of this group or not really wanting to be like, he's not there to make friends.
What, him chugging a bottle of champagne?
Well, yeah, but he's like, guys are asking about him and Natasha. And he's like, "Yeah, we've known each other for 5 weeks. Like, he doesn't really want to talk about it.
Right.
And it gets awkward.
Yeah. And you could see it didn't take long for it to be like enough is enough, because by dinner time, he just spills the beans. So they get to the restaurant.
Tequila shots.
8 tequila shots for the table. I'm just telling you, serve the people alcohol.
And this is where we hear Natalya saying she loves Storm's homeless look.
Yeah, she was being a bit flirty with that rugged homeless pirate. And doesn't love the stash, but will take it.
Yeah.
And I think the charter rubbed off on this crew a little bit, because they didn't just order tequila shots. I saw some espresso martinis for the table.
Yum, yum.
Yeah, I think they rubbed off.
And then Natalya is telling everyone what their vibe is.
Yeah, I tried to get down everyone's vibe. I couldn't.
I didn't, yeah.
But she went around the table. She's like, "Your vibe is this. Your vibe is this." "Oh, what's my vibe?" Like Spice Girls or something.
Yeah.
So, yes, that happens. Then Natasha and Reagan get up from the table.
I wonder if they go for a smoke. Like, does Natasha smoke? I don't see her smoking, but maybe she's the drunken smoker like me.
Oh, possible. Right, because we know Reagan.
Yeah.
Although Reagan would just sit at the table and smoke, I'm sure.
I don't think
She
you
doesn't
can.
care. She doesn't care. You think she cares? She would.
No, I don't
spark
think
that.
you can. Like some even like outdoors restaurants, like they tell you to step away.
Yeah, and my point is, I don't think Reagan cares. She would sit there and go,
They
"Yeah,
would kick her out.
sure."
Like not to bring check back, but I think in Europe, like even if you have an outdoor restaurant, as we've been to many, you have to step away to smoke. That's a new rule in the past couple of years. But yeah.
Okay, so although when we were in Amsterdam, the couple next to
That's
us,
Amsterdam.
and we're sitting at a restaurant in
But it
Amsterdam.
wasn't a restaurant.
We were eating dinner.
Wait, which one?
So we're sitting having dinner. Mm-hmm. The one we ordered the pitcher of Heineken.
Yes, but they asked.
And the couple next to us turns to us, and remember we're in Amsterdam, and goes, "Do you mind if we have a smoke?" And we're like, "Please do," because we thought they were about to smoke joints.
Yeah.
So we're like, "Yeah, we don't mind the smell of that at all." So they're like, "Okay, thanks." And then they go, "It's just cigarettes." And we're like,
"Ah."
Because sure, we'll all have a cigarette when we're drunk, but the smell of a cigarette in your face when you're eating dinner.
It wasn't that bad, to be honest.
It wasn't that bad,
Yeah.
but I prefer the smell of a
Well, we should
joint
have
in
said
Amsterdam
no.
over.
We should have said no.
I'm not that type of person. Do what you want to do.
I know.
It really doesn't bother me. It was going to make their night to be able to have a cigarette while they were having drinks. It didn't bother me that much that they were smoking.
True.
So sure, go for it. Anyway, Natasha, Reagan, they get up from the table to go do whatever they're going to do. And Natalya takes this chance while Natasha's gone to ask Dave about him and Natasha, about their relationship. And he finally comes out and says, we're not a couple, but I want to be a couple.
Yes.
Okay? So he's letting a little bit out. He's letting a little bit.
But that's a lie, too.
That's a lie. Well, the I want to be a couple is not a lie.
No.
The we're not a couple is the lie. And so then we get this moment between the producer and Dave. And the producer goes, at first you said you guys were just friends, but now you say you want to be a couple. Is there something you're not telling us, Dave? And he gets a little squirmy. He gets a little uncomfortable. And you see something's about to happen. And he goes, fuck it. On the last boat, we had a connection. And that's when we got together. And Natasha asked me to keep it a secret because she was still with her boyfriend at that time.
Ooh, Natasha.
Oh, Natasha, you're more than a flirt. You're a cheat. You are a cheat, Natasha. And she comes back to the table. And Natalya goes, so Dave said he had feelings for you and he wants something to happen.
He has feelings for you. And she's like, I can't believe he said that.
She's not
What
happy.
is he doing?
She's not she does not want anyone to know. And I don't know why.
Act on it. Like, she acts on the feelings.
What do you mean?
Like, everyone's picking up the vibe between Natasha and Dave. It's not like Dave is saying or doing something. She's just being like, no, dude, what you're doing, we're friends. No.
Right. So I get maybe she doesn't want people to know because you'll be looked at differently. You'll be looked at as not as much of a professional because here you are with your boyfriend. And then there's also, she doesn't want people to know she probably cheated.
Yes, but Captain Sandy is all for love, so.
Captain Sandy is a lover.
Yeah, she
So
loves
it's all right.
love.
It's all right on the boat.
Loves
It's the love
love.
boat. It's the love boat. That's the episode.
Yes, let's see what's going to happen after, because we're used to from Parsifal 3 that after the restaurant, it usually got wild. So I'm curious to see. And they didn't see us in the previews about anything wild.
Because I'm telling you, it's a more mature crew. It seems like a more mature
yeah.
crew. Tell me your thoughts. I really like the second episode. I like the first episode.
Yeah.
I think I like the second one more. And I'm thinking, well, was it because we watched the first one during a layover in Newark, New Jersey and not from the comfort of home? But either way, I'm really enjoying this season so far. I know we're only 2 episodes in.
I just need some drama.
Bring the drama, folks.
Yeah.
Bring the drama. All right. That's the episode. Thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you're following the podcast on Instagram at Married to Reality Pod. You can talk to Teresa there. You'll find some memes there.
Yes.
You'll get the news there. It's all on social media at Married to Reality Pod, or search Facebook Married to Reality. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Married to Reality. Make sure you're following the podcast wherever you're listening. Look down, smash that follow button.
Guys, smash like it's as hot as this whole season so far.
So far, it's been a great season.
So good.
I know it's early, but
So far, so hot.
so far, so hot. And thank you again for the reviews. If you haven't left one, please, we love when you do. All right. That is it. I've said it all. Have you said?
I've said it all.
We'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.